On Wednesday, the Illinois Appellate Court sided with Sean Grayson, remanding the case to the circuit courts to determine pretrial release conditions. After a request from the Sangamon County State's Attorney's Office, the Appellate Court granted a request to keep Grayson detained until January 2nd. This gives the State's Attorney's Office a chance to appeal the decision.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to Southern Draw Law. My name is James White, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, former police officer. When I talked to you guys on Tuesday to inform you about killer Illinois deputy Sean Grayson being released from detention prior to his trial on the Sonya Massey murder, I predicted that the state would move forward and that he would be released on Friday. However, I also said that if I was wrong about that, or if something significant happened contrary to what I predicted, I would do a short update video. So that's what I'm here to do. So bear with me for just a couple minutes and we'll get into it.
Today, John Millhiser and the Sangamon County State's Attorney's Office filed their appeal to the Illinois Supreme Court regarding Sean Grayson's potential pretrial release. Our Spencer Davis reports on the options facing the Supreme Court and what the process entails. Spencer?
It's now a waiting game for Sangamon County as they wait on the Supreme Court to decide whether or not to take the case.
We know based upon this order that Mr. Grayson is going to be released on January 2nd. There are a lot of possibilities.
After Tuesday's order from the Illinois 4th District Appellate Court, Sean Grayson will have to wait for a potential release until early January. The court order allows for Sangamon County to continue holding Grayson while the state's attorney office files their appeal. Today, Sangamon County State's Attorney John Millhiser released a statement saying in part, quote, "We appreciate the willingness of the appellate court to stay its mandate to allow the Supreme Court the opportunity to determine whether it will review the case. Defendant Grayson has demonstrated he cannot comply with conditions and is a danger to the community after his inexplicable actions on July 6, 2024 when he shot Sonya Massey," end quote. Now, Millhiser and the state's attorney's office will wait for the Supreme Court to decide whether or not to hear the case. According to local attorney Scott Hankin, the Supreme Court has a few options.
The Supreme Court may not take the case. The Supreme Court may take the case and affirm or agree with the appellate court. The Supreme Court could reverse the appellate court. In that event, that would result in Mr. Grayson going back into custody.
The Supreme Court could also remand or send the case back to the circuit court. Until the Supreme Court makes an announcement, everyone will have to wait. Millhiser's statement concludes saying, quote, "We are hopeful the Illinois Supreme Court will agree to hear the case and affirm the detention order. However, if the courts determine that the evidence provided to the circuit court, including the videos, is not sufficient to detain defendant Grayson under the law as it exists, then the law needs to be changed," end quote. Sean Grayson is scheduled to appear in court on Friday for a status hearing. Reporting in studio, I'm Spencer Davis. Back to you.
Thank you, Spencer. These appeals do not affect Grayson's charges and only concern a pretrial release.
Directly after the appellate court made its decision, state's attorney for Sangamon County, John Millhiser, asked the same court that sided with Grayson if they would consider staying their opinion or holding off on their decision to remand it back for a Friday hearing to the original trial court. And even though this appellate court decided in Grayson's favor, they agreed to do a 35-day appeal. Now, the other thing that happened that was a bit unexpected was that I got some comments from Sonya Massey's father in the comment section of my video. And I actually didn't even know that this happened until he reached out in the comment section. So I'm going to go ahead and pop it on the screen and show you guys what he said and what my response was. And I just want to say to Mr. Wilburn, I really appreciate you reaching out in the comment section. I am terribly sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that your family's having to go through this, but it always is fascinating to me how small the world is when people can connect through social media. So I'm honored that you took time to watch my videos and to come to my comment section and say something. But what Mr. Wilburn said is as follows. "I'm the father of Sonya Massey. I want to inform you a stay until January 3rd of 2025 has been issued. The state attorney will file a Supreme Court appeal. I'm so glad you were wrong on this concerning my daughter. Feel free to contact me, James Wilburn, for further info." And of course, what he's saying is that because I predicted that this would be back on Friday and that he would be released. And I said that if I was wrong, I would do an update. And I said, "I'm glad too, sir. I'm sorry for your loss. I hope you've watched my other videos on the matter and understand that I believe he murdered your daughter. My analysis was on the legal merits, not on what I want." And of course, he says, "Thank you for your analysis. Your support is appreciated." And I said that you and your family are in our prayers. So I was wrong because I predicted that he would be out on Friday. But the biggest thing that I wanted for her father and the family to understand was that I was not making an analysis based on like my desire that he be out. So I wanted to make sure that they understood what my actual take on the case was, and that's why I said what I said in the comments. So no closing arguments today, just wanted to do a quick update. But if you want to support the Southern Draw Law channel, I'll leave my Venmo and PayPal links here on the screen as well as in the description. Please remember to like and subscribe, leave a comment on the video. Check out some of the other videos on the channel, leave a comment on there as well. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you'll be able to find my Sonya Massey videos in the end card in the description. But until I see you again, take care. Always film your interactions with the police and keep your evidence to yourself.